Wednesday morning, Kennedy Dragons. We are glad that you are here. Today is Wednesday. It's December 8th, 2021. It is the 79th day of school. My name is Mr. Butcher. It's my job to keep you guys safe so that you guys can show us how excellent you can be. Hopefully, if you left your average on the bus or home and you are ready to have a respectful and responsible day. Speaking of responsible means doing your job with a smile on your face and giving perfect effort. One of our first jobs every morning is to be ready to show respect for the rights that we have in this country and at our school. We do this by daily saying the Pledge of Allegiance. When we say the Pledge of Allegiance, we want to stop what we're doing. We want to stand up tall, put our hand over our hearts, say the pledge loudly, clearly, and with pride. So we're going to get ready to do that and model that for you right now. So please stand for the pledge, remain standing for our Kennedy School Pledge, and our moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the Kennedy School Pledge. I pledge myself as a Kennedy Dragon to be ready for the day ahead of me. I will be respectful of myself, my teachers, and all others I meet throughout the day. I promise to be responsible for myself, my actions, and my learning. I'll work my hardest to be the best dragon I can be. Please take a moment to reflect silently on our day, our activities, and what we hope to accomplish. So if we're going to be responsible, which means doing your job with a smile on your face and give perfect effort, we need to make sure that we know what our job is. So another job that we have in the morning is to make sure that we keep others safe by slowing down the spread of germs. We can do this job by making sure that we wash our hands. When we wash our hands, we want to make sure that we're getting all parts of our hands, the palms of our hands, the backs of our hands, in between our fingertips, in between our fingers and our fingertips, our wrist and our thumb. And when we wash our hands, we want to make sure that we're doing it for at least 20 seconds using soap and water at a sink, preferably. But if you can't get soap and water, you can always use alcohol-based hand sanitizers. So let's go ahead and model what that looks like right now. Let's go with the palms of our hands, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the back of our hands. And when you get the back of your hands, you're also getting the palm of your other one, 4, 5, and the back of your other hand, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get in between your fingers. When you're doing it in between your fingers, you're also getting your palms of your hands, 2, 4, 5. Get your fingertips. 2, 3, 4, 5. Get your other set of fingertips. 2, 3, 4, 5. Get your thumbs. This is also getting the palms of your hand. 4. Get your other thumb. 2, 3, 4, 5. And your wrist. 2, 3, 4, 5. And your other wrist. It's also doing the palms of your hands as well. So now your hand should be nice and clean. All right, now that we have done our moment of silence, we've done our pledges, and we've modeled what good hand washing looks like, let's show respect for those that have birthdays by recognizing them today. Happy birthday to Mason Bowen, who's 11. Happy birthday to Pablo Lopez Hernandez, who's 6. And happy birthday to Addison Cody, who is also 6. And happy birthday to Miss Brown. We'll make sure you guys get your birthday. Another job we have every morning is to make our lunch choice. So if you're going to be responsible, you got to do that job with a smile on your face and give perfect effort. So let's make our lunch choice. For lunch today, you can get cheesy Italian rotini with garlic breadstick, garden salad, green beans, and diced pears. If you do not want the cheesy Italian rotini with garlic breadstick, you can always get PB&J or yogurt or muffin. But do your job and make your lunch choice now. All right, it's time for our picture of the week. Here's our picture for this week. We do picture of the week to increase our vocabulary, which is the amount of words that we are exposed to, and we also do it to help increase our ability to write creatively. So yesterday we asked you to look for nouns. Mr. McCoy had cars in the background and roads. Ms. Kinney had the Among Us, who's running from the imposter. The girl, The girl is running away from people she thinks will laugh at her costume. A girl escaped from school and she's running home. The girl is outside on the street in New York. Mr. McCoy had the girl in the Among Us suit is walking down the street, hoping she will not be eliminated by the imposter. Miss Ballard had the nouns snow, girl, lights, cars, tire tracks. And here's what they wrote. One snowy evening, Stacy wanted to go outside but couldn't find her coat. She searched in her closet for the warmest thing she owned, which was her Among Us costume from Halloween. She put it on and walked outside. It was warm, but she was having lots of trouble playing in the snow because she had no armholes. And then we had, from Miss Ham, boom! The sound of red landed on earth could be heard from miles away. She had been ejected along with her friends Blue and Black from their spaceship called Skeld because their crewmates thought they were sus. She got up and started walking. There you go. Today we're looking for verbs. We had some good verbs in those sentences today. Verbs are words that show action. What is going on in this thing, in this picture? What do you think's going on? Tell us some action words that happen. It's time for our morning message. Today's morning message is on fairness when it comes to respect, education, and tolerance. Listen to these words from an American scientist who is a pioneer in space photography. Racism comes from a fear of what we don't know or understand. It can usually be stopped by information. In other words, when we decide what people are like because their skin is a different color, it's usually because we lack knowledge. It's easy to be afraid of or not respect something that we don't understand. That's why it's important that we learn about other races and cultures. Remember this, education can be the key to ending the pain and suffering caused by racism. With something to think about, Mr. Butcher, make today your masterpiece or not, remember the choice of yours. And that's true. When you're scared of, or you have a fear of, or you don't like something and you don't respect it because it's different than you, that is racism. That's a form of racism, and it's usually because you don't understand. You think because it's a different color or it's a different culture that they're wrong and you're right, and you might both be right, and you just got to understand why things happen or why things are going on. So it's a good message for today. All right, if you're choosing to wear your mask because it makes you feel safer, or you feel like you're helping keep other people safe, or you're wearing your mask because you're about to get on the bus and it's a requirement that you wear your mask, let's make sure we're wearing our masks the right way. So let's put them on over our nose, put them on over our mouth, make sure they're tight around our ears so they don't fall down. Don't touch it. You guys have it. That is all we have for announcements, so please help me.
Me and your teachers keep you safe. That is our job.
And your job is to help us keep you safe.
And you can help us by being a ready, respectful, and responsible student who is focused on graduating in the year.
Because when you are a ready, respectful, and responsible student focused on graduation, you are fully committed to student success. I love you very much. Have a great day. 15 days of crazy holiday books and STEAM activities. Today, this book is a bilingual book. It's in both English and in Spanish. You're going to hear it two ways. And it's called Celebrate las Posadas, or Celebramos las Posadas. And the author is Marissa Bone. Today I have a special guest reading for me. Miss Santiago is going to be reading this book in both English and in Spanish.
Hi there. Today we're going to be reading a bilingual book in English and Spanish that is called Celebrate las Posadas. Celebremos las Posadas. In Mexico, Guatemala, and even in some parts of the United States, the time between December 16 and December 24 is called Las Posadas. From 9 nights, families reenact Mary and Joseph's journey from Nazareth to Bethlehem for the birth of baby Jesus. This holiday tradition begins in Spain, but now is celebrated in many Spanish-speaking countries. En México, Guatemala y en algunas partes de los Estados Unidos, el tiempo entre el 16 de diciembre y el 24 de diciembre se llama las Posadas. Durante 9 noches, familias actúan el viaje que María y José hicieron desde Nazaret a Belén para el nacimiento del niño Jesús. Esta tradición navideña comenzó en España, pero ahora se celebra en muchos países donde se habla español. Each night, families get together outside of their homes and begin to walk from house to house. They knock on the doors and ask for lodging or posada. Posada means inn or academic accommodation. Homes and outdoor patios are decorated with nativity scenes and lighted lanterns called luminaries. Cada noche, las familias se reúnen fuera de sus hogares y comienzan a caminar de casa en casa juntos. Tocan la puerta y piden albergue o posada. Posada significa alojamiento. Casa y patios están decorados con escenas de Navidad y pequeños faroles llamados luminarias. Luminaries are small paper bags with cutout designs. The people place a candle in the bag and set them down along the streets and paths to help light the way. When the group of people stops at each door to ask for posada, they sing a song asking to be let in into the home. The people inside home also sing a song telling them there is no lodging. Luminarias son pequeñas bolsas de papel con diseños recortados. Las personas ponen una vela en la bolsa y los colocan a lo largo de las calles y caminos para ayudar a iluminar el camino. Cuando el grupo de personas se detienen en cada puerta para pedir posada, cantan una canción, pidiendo que los dejen entrar a la casa. Las personas dentro de la casa también cantan una canción a cambio donde les dicen que no tienen alojamiento para ellos. This knocking and singing continue from door to door until one family agrees to let the travelers in. There is a big celebration at this last house. Families celebrate with delicious foods like tamales and buñuelos, a sweet fried dough. Este tocar y cantar continúa de puerta en puerta hasta que una familia está de acuerdo y les dan albergue. Hay una gran celebración en esta última casa. Las familias preparan tamales y buñuelos para comer. For the children, the best part of the celebration is the breaking of a piñata. A piñata is a paper form decorated with strips of paper in bright colors. The piñata is filled with candies, treats, and small toys. It is hung from the ceiling by a rope, while the children are blindfolded and use a stick to try to break the piñata. Para los niños, la mejor parte de la celebración es romper la piñata. Una piñata es una forma de papel decorada con tiras de papel de colores brillantes. La piñata está llena de caramelos, dulces y pequeños juguetes. Se cuelga del techo por una cuerda. Los niños cierran los ojos y usan un palo para tratar de romper la piñata. When the piñata breaks open, the real excitement begins. All the goodies fall to the floor, and the children rush to gather them. Cuando la piñata se rompe, comienza la verdadera excitación. Todas esas golosinas caen al suelo y los niños corren a recoger las golosinas. This type of celebration, Las Posadas, continues for 9 days. Each night, a different family will host the celebration in their home, serving delicious food and punch. Este tipo de celebración, Las Posadas, continúa por 9 días. Cada noche, una familia diferente ofrece la celebración en su casa y sirve comida deliciosa y ponche. One last night, Christmas Eve. There is a mass filled with songs and prayers. On Christmas Day, some children may receive presents, but most must wait until the King's Day on January 6. En la última noche, Nochebuena, hay una misa llena de cantos y oraciones. El día de Navidad, algunos niños reciben regalos, pero la mayoría tiene que esperar hasta el Día de los Reyes, el 6 de enero. On this day, the families celebrate the arrival of the 3 kings, wise men, to Bethlehem, bringing gifts to the baby Jesus. En este día, las familias celebran la llegada de los Reyes Magos a Belén con regalos para el niño Jesús.
Today's STEAM activity is one of my favorites. I hope that you guys get to do it. Was to research and create a guacamole recipe with chips and salsa. I love it. So hopefully you got to participate in that today. Or your teacher might be doing something a little bit different.